my salute to all the alive humans. And I salute all of you who decide to stay alive, as long as you are really understanding what life is. Otherwise, you'll be dead as many other generations who just get it by, decided to live until they die. So today's little chat goes with a title like this: Stop digging your graves with your unattainable appetites. Notice, graves is in plural. It's not a singular grave. As simple as you're not a very simplistically physical being only. You are much more. You are much more. We are much more. As beings who not only have a physical ability to walk, drive, swim, fly on this planet, but we have energetic ability to feel the emotions, to sense our sentience. This is where the word comes from. Our five senses, they're just a beginning of our true nature. We are multi-sensical beings, not multi-tentacles, but multi-sensicles. That's why we're called sentient beings. Not because we are some wise, whatever creatures come down on earth to do what, but because we have senses. 5, 6, 7, 9, 27, 108, maybe. So if you want to elaborate on this, every body of yours, or every sense of yours, is digging its own grave. Really? So how many times you die until you are physically dead? Many times. Many times you allowed yourself to go dead with inactions or non-actions through your mostly miserable life, starting with a very painful and miserable birth that many of the children doesn't want to remember. Rare ones remembering, rare ones are remembering the screaming and squeezing and separation from its mother, poking, probing, and everything else that followed after that. And this poking and probing never stopped. Yet it was mostly inflicted on the physical body, but it triggered many other illnesses and many other bad situations in your other bodies. So consider you're a mental being, right? You're an emotional being. I hope so, I guess so. So as you as a mental or emotional being, do you have an emotional body besides your physical body? Do you have some kind of energetic, sensual body that it's not only related with your touch, that it's on your skin? Do you feel sometimes somebody passing next to you and you feel a strange sensations on your, let's call it skin, but it's not really on the skin, it's a bit outside of your skin? Is this something that you could say this body exists? Definitely does. So as your physical body gets ill, get injured, get traumatized, doesn't matter, accident, crash, break, whatever, same thing happening to your other bodies, emotional, mental, etheric or energetic bodies. And we can extend it to the point that you have a fear body, and if you feed into this body constantly, or you've been fed by the fearful actions, thoughts, and insinuations that you'll be harmed, your fear body is digging its own grave. So why are we so cannibalistic towards ourselves? Why are we eating ourselves inside out? As a creature, as a, let's say, human being. Because we simply don't allow for us to take a responsibility. That we are responsible, each one is individually responsible for each one of our bodies. We've been, let's say, dumbed down to see only a physical body as a solution for our existence. So our body is born, our body is growing, and then it's reaching its peak, 20, 30, 40, and then our body deteriorates, 50, 60, 70, 80, and it shrivels. In what? Why body shrivels? Why body gets ill, physical body? Because we allowed all of these other emotional, mental, and other bodies to inflict their traumas on this physical body. Because we were too emotional. We were too mental. So how to get better, or how to stop digging our graves one after the other? Why people saying, oh, I don't feel anything anymore? Because they put at the rest all their other bodies, instead of cherishing them, instead of being absolutely conscious that you can heal your emotions, you can heal your mental state, meaning that you don't have fears, that you don't have a anxiety of being separated from your mother, your family, your country, your whatever separations they're inflicting on you or on us, that you can overcome. Yet with what? First, realization that you are the responsible party in this. And then you stop chasing your unattainable, with your unattainable appetites, your own demise, your own destruction. In many different videos, I talked about greed, jealousy, hoarding, power hunger. I mean, on and on. Like, you have to be loved to feel love. Who cares? Do they other love you? If you love yourself, you would not care for other people. I mean, what they think about you. But if you're insecure, you will be dying every day, more and more, or small bits at the time, until you're completely emotionally dead. Or you're mentally unstable because you cannot find a reason why you are alive. So, my another question, why you are alive at all? To find enough strength in you to really collaborate all of your experiences, to transmute traumas that have been inflicted on you, that you've been inflicting on yourself, that others are inflicting on you, that many other dark alien species were inflicting on humanity as unaware, let's say, community. Yet as we're becoming more aware, now we have more access to the tools how to heal. How to heal emotional body, how to heal mental body. Doesn't mean that we just will not be logical, or if we are not engaged in a mental collusion with everybody around us. That's what very, very common science do. They argue, they discuss, And if they don't know, if they don't find a common ground, they start raging wars. Scientists do this. Yet many others are following all this scientific approach. Dark magic is based in science. Because one simple line, it says, fame carrot on the ego stick. Meaning that we're always chasing some kind of unattainable fame. And our stick is extendable stick. Because our ego always asking for a bigger piece of cake, a better piece of land, better looking boobs, and on and on and on. And then our physical bodies, or our physical body, gets very much inflicted with all of these incisions, traumas, cuts. You think when a boob job, when it's done for the girls, for the women, does it inflicting a trauma on a woman's psyche? Transgender surgery, does it inflicting, besides the physical trauma, tremendous physical trauma, does it inflicting trauma on this person's emotional body? Or even to the point, its own spiritual body or connection with a creation, that whatever creation gave it, now this creature decides, no, I don't agree with this, I want to be different. Do you know where we're heading in by doing these things over and over to our bodies? We are actually speeding up into our grave. So each time we die a little bit more when we do these kind of decisions, when we do these kind of actions, when we do these ill deeds to each other, and mostly to ourselves. Because if you hurt others, this one can heal, but your actions against this other, if you don't recognize what you've done, it's hurting you on and on and on, day after day, until really you physically die. Why most of the humans don't even notice their physical body until it gets very sick. They don't appreciate it at all. This is like a piece of equipment that they're using, and they're always finding why it's, not good for them. What's wrong with their body? What they want to fix it? Why God gave me a big nose? I don't know. Maybe you decide to live with this, your big nose. Or when you came on the planet, in the physical embodiment, you came as a girl. What does it make a difference than if some sodomizing and gomorizing scientific and psychological twists on top of your bodies can produce that you change your mind? No, I don't want to be a girl. I want to be a boy and a girl at the same time. Or I want to be an elephant. Maybe they could do this. But it's not the point that is it technically viable, but is it really healthy for you? How long you can live with these kind of transgressions against the creation? By these actions that scientists, medical doctors, surgeons, and all the rest of the crap of these really dark entities are imposing on humans and pushing them towards some kind of transgender, creature that has no real saying on how they want to live. They just been mind brainwashed to change their mind. And once when they do this, they can change their mind again, yet it will cost them like 400 times more. So, the only way to overcome these physical traumas, emotional traumas, mental traumas, is to recognize them. Next step is to take a full responsibility why you continue traumatizing yourself with your exuberant appetites for anything. I'm just using example of bigger boobs, but you can have a ton of meat on your table for meals. You can have a house that it contains 100 square meters, and for your decent living you need only 30-40. I'm talking decent living, that you don't exaggerate in whatever you consume. That's why addictions are so easily hidden, because people almost play entitled. Oh, I'm entitled to have a glass of wine, like a beer bottle wine, with each meal, and I can have like 4 meals a day. But why this exaggeration when somebody else cannot, or they are put in a situation they can have only like a single meal with barely clean water? So where's your compassion to all the others, that by you having 10 times more that you really need, what you're doing? You're just simply stealing from everybody else. So going back to your physical body, this is where your body gets very, very ill, because you cannot sustain this constant dying by you doing a trauma to others and you doing trauma to yourself. Is there a way out? Yes, there is. Can you live forever? Yes, you could. Yet, it's up to you to choose how elaborate your appetites could become, or maybe you will just be brave enough to start suppressing your appetites. You start doing a really decent discipline on your life. When you start looking with every single heart action towards everybody else, that did I hurt any other being including animals of all the kind. You can talk to me about, oh, so we hurting chicken if we eating their eggs. Chicken doesn't have to die if it gives you an egg and you want to eat egg. But you can survive even without the eggs. So don't get into rhetorics of, are you vegan, are you vegetarian, no, you're just bluntly a killer of other beings if you are carnivore, if you are cannibal. Because to me, you're a cannibal as soon as you take a piece of meat of any other living being that was living before you killed it. So start with this simple one: stop eating meat, and you will stop digging your graves.